I've coached in the MLS and seen academies across the country. I'm going to say something that most people won't. The biggest reason for the US's soccer struggles isn't talent, it's coaching. And it's not because the coaches are bad people, it's because the system produces weak coaches. So today I'm going to give you the 5 main causes for this. And if you stay until the end, I'm going to throw in a bonus cause that no one's talking about. So let's dive straight into it. 1, clubs don't hire to develop. To understand the coaching problem, you first have to understand how clubs actually work. Most US clubs are not financially incentivized to develop players. They don't make money by producing professionals. They make money when parents re-sign. So instead of asking who's the best coach, clubs are really asking who's going to keep the season smooth. And once you understand that, a lot starts to make sense. That's why clubs try to run as many teams as possible. I've personally seen clubs with 5 teams in a single age group. And the moment that happens, quality drops. You can't manage that properly. So what happens next? They fill the gaps however they can. Parent coaches or random hires. And when I say random, I mean it. I have literally seen coaches hired without even submitting a resume. If you have a pulse, you're in. 2, most coaches aren't qualified. Now, when hiring works like that, the next part shouldn't be surprising. In the US, coaching licenses are much easier to get than in Europe. A lot of them are basically paid for. You go to the sessions, you sit there, and you walk away licensed. But here's the bigger issue. Many of these coaches have never even played football, let alone at a high level. Now, to be clear, you don't have to be a great player to be a great coach, but you do need experience. You should know what it's like to lace up for a big game, because if you've never been in a player's shoes, it's very hard to guide them through those moments. 3, the system doesn't attract the best coaches. And this is where the system really starts working against itself. There are a lot of former players who would love to coach full-time, but youth coaching in the US usually isn't a career. It doesn't pay enough, so coaching becomes a side job. Now think about what that actually looks like. A full-time job, club admin work, and a roster of 20 plus players. How much individual attention do you realistically think each player is getting? Not much. And without individual attention, development stalls. Not because the coach doesn't care, but because there simply isn't time. 4, the full-time jobs are administrative. Now, some coaches see this and think, okay, I'll climb the ladder. They want to become directors, and a few actually make it there. But what most people don't realize is that once you do, you're not really coaching anymore. Your job becomes emails, meetings, and budgets. Many directors don't even step on the field, yet they're the ones shaping how development is supposed to work, and that disconnect matters. 5, roster sizes are just too big. This one really isn't the coach's fault. Coaches don't usually control how many players are on their team. Clubs do, and clubs are driven by profit. More players equals more revenue. And I'm not exaggerating when I say this. I've seen teams travel to away games with 24 players. That means development is diluted. Fewer minutes, less feedback, and less support. And when development is diluted long enough, it disappears. And here's the bonus cause most people don't talk about. Coaches chop and change all the time. Coaches quit, they get moved around, but development takes time. Relationships take time. Trust takes time. If the coach keeps changing, that relationship is constantly starting at 0. And when that happens, progress slows or stops entirely. And once you see all of this together, the shift makes sense. Players are investing in private coaches, personal trainers, skill coaches, because for the first time, all the focus is on them. Not roster sizes, not politics, not parent retention. And that's why I built Neuro Football, to help footballers develop the mental side of the game by having everything in one place to keep things simple and clear. So if you want to take your mental game to the next level, make sure to subscribe so you're notified for my next videos.